The white professor suddenly discovered that the new black cleaner in his laboratory was secretly reading his medical books. Seeing the janitor so engrossed in the vast ocean of medical knowledge, the professor had a sudden flash of inspiration to test this knowledge-hungry black man. He pointed to a nearby instrument and asked the janitor what it was. To his astonishment, the janitor answered correctly without hesitation.
Van Slyke Neal gas manometer, sir, doctor.
The professor found it hard to believe, as the answer was spot on. He then asked to see the janitor's hands. After just a brief examination, the professor felt like he had stumbled upon a once-in-a-century treasure. He handed the janitor a pair of test tube tongs and asked him to pick up a test tube. The janitor accomplished the task with ease. Seeing this, the professor decided to up the ante and asked him to use his left hand instead. Yet, the janitor remained just as steady and relaxed as before, even able to simultaneously pick up a stopper and seal the tube with a deft backhand motion. The janitor's skilled and practiced technique greatly impressed the professor, who knew that even his own college students couldn't match this level of proficiency. And so, the very next day, this janitor named Thomas was promoted to lab assistant, skipping the usual protocol. However, when his wife heard the news, there was not a glimmer of joy on her face. Although the title of lab assistant sounded impressive, the weekly salary was a mere $12, a far cry from the 3 times that amount he had earned as a carpenter. But Thomas seemed to place more value on the long-term prospects this job offered.
Sweetheart, it's important work, and it's a real opportunity, and I love what I'm doing.
As it turned out, his application to the lab was not a spur-of-the-moment decision, but rather driven by a grand medical dream he had harbored since childhood. After graduating high school, he had diligently worked as a carpenter for 7 years, all in the hopes of one day saving up enough to enter the hallowed halls he had always dreamed of. However, the path to pursuing his dream was, as always, riddled with thorns.